D.S. Clark is used to summing up a situation quickly and efficiently. She doesn't see the superfluous. She has developed an eye that quickly dismisses the spilt water on the floor, the line of grey-skinned regulars there for their repeat prescription assessment session, the woman in the purple anorak, not the type of anorak worn by those intent on criminal activity, plus it's Sal. She'll catch up with her later. There are wet footprints on the floor leading to the reception desk. The girl next to Sal. Focus on the girl in the dressing gown. The girl looks to have wet hair, yet the way it's sticking to her head suggests that there is some kind of chemical in it, rather than that it's greasy and unwashed. D.S. Clark notices there is also a chemical smell. She breathes in slowly. She can't pinpoint what it is. Something to do with the RP boys? Did the cleaners spill something? She needs to get closer. The door behind her clicks shut. The girl looks up. She looks to be in her early 20s, give or take, D.S. Clark thinks. Younger, considering her body language. Older, considering the skin around her eyes and the frown line between her eyebrows. No makeup. No trace of yesterday's makeup either. Unusual for a young woman. Sal has her arm around the girl, suggesting she is either cold or traumatized, or both. She has an empty plastic cup at her feet, carefully positioned beside her chair, and she is nursing another, so possibly dehydrated. There is evidence of bruising on her wrists and on her neck, small bruises on her neck that could match a handprint. D.S. Clark makes a mental note to check the other side of her neck for a thumbprint. Usually the bruising there will be a little bigger, a little darker. The girl has cuts and grazes around her ankles, and the clean socks are out of the office supply and suggest that she arrived at the station without shoes. She has tear stains running down her cheeks and dark rings under her eyes. Drugs or sleep deprivation? D.S. Clark can't make a judgment call. Not yet. She has bruising on the left side of her cheek. Her lips are dry and there are cracks at the corners of her mouth that suggest further dehydration and possibly malnourishment. Her figure is obscured by her jeans and dressing gown, but it is clear that the girl is underweight because her head appears oversized compared to her frame. But there is no sign of downy facial hair, and her teeth look in reasonable condition, so less likely to be an eating disorder. There are reddish, purplish sores on her hands and fingers that suggest chemical burns, and some scarring on the wrists, possibly self-inflicted. The girl is wearing clothing inappropriate for the season. Either she left in a hurry, or perhaps she is a runaway. Too old to be a runaway? Possibly. The girl's twitching and nail-biting are consistent with someone in a high state of fear. When she looks up and meets D.S. Clark's eyes, she looks more relieved than afraid. D.S. Clark's modus operandi for domestic violence situations is respectful command. Be courteous, be kind, but take control. That's what they want, and that's what they need. "Miss James," she says, nodding. "Come this way, why don't you?"